Out here in Utah's West Desert, there's a man who lived alone for over 20 years in a hidden cave. They called him the Hermit of Margin Pass. He was maintaining one of Utah's most dangerous highways back in the early 1900s, and he lived alone. This is the story of Bob Stinson. There's a sign back there that says the next services are for 83 miles. So you really have to be prepared when you're getting out here, right? Honestly, this is the beginning of the journey. We're just gonna try to find the mouth of Margin Canyon and find the Hermit's Cave. So let's do this. We're just gonna keep driving down this road, and once we get to the mouth of the canyon, then I think we'll pull over and just kind of see what that's all about. We're pretty much at the mouth of the canyon now. You can see the landscape's changed from just flat desert to this, some mountains here on the left side and the right side. This is awesome. All right, now it looks like we're truly getting to the mouth of a pretty narrow canyon here. Take a look. Yeah, the road just got really rough out of nowhere. So you gotta be mindful, you know, go a little slow, take it easy here. And the way he actually made his money was he would help out with this highway road right here, since he lived directly on it. Even in modern day, you can see how this road just needs a lot of maintenance. I mean, you can imagine how the wind and rain and all the elements just destroyed this road all the time. And I think we're really close to the turnoff from the highway into his little hermit hole here, hermit cave. I think this might be it. I think I pulled off on the wrong spot. Now I'm just walking up this random canyon right here. Yeah, we're gonna call this not it, and we're gonna drive up a little more. All right, let's go a little bit further up the canyon. Well, I drove further down the canyon, and it actually just exits the mouth of the canyon, so I think that's it. But it's an adventure, you know, we're trying to figure it out, so. All right, with this wind in the canyon, it's getting pretty cold, but I made it back to that spot. Let's see if we can find what the heck we're looking for here. So the road ends there. Clearly you can keep walking this way. What an adventure, what an adventure. Walking up this dry riverbed here. Why does this feel like it's not the spot? It just feels like, I don't know, just feel weird. I feel like I'm lost. Oh, I see it. Oh, that was a real reaction, by the way. So I came up from there. This is so exciting. And I looked over. There it is. I am in awe right now. What a cool adventure. Okay, let's get down here and check this out. God, I'm so excited. This is so cool. And here's the little path up to his place, Bob Stinson's place. Wow. Oh, let's go up here and check it out. This is where Bob Stinson lived back in the early 1900s. Look at the rock work right here. I know he used some cement from the town too. Look at this. A couple windows there too. All right, let's go inside and check it out. It's also really windy and there's no wind right here. Very peaceful. Looks like the remnants of a fireplace here. And also, Bob was a hermit, but he did have a lot of contact with people that were on that highway. And he would also entertain guests. I guess he made his own beer out here. So even though he was a hermit, you know, he was still social. He still, you know, he'd have guests. He just really liked living alone by himself. All right, let's go in. It's not too, actually, it's pretty tall. I'm 5'11", and I'm standing straight up here. Yeah. This has a lot of room. You can walk around just fine. Nice and quiet in here. There's the wall he built. He did bring up some cement down here. It's so crazy to think that he was living here over 100 years ago and is still maintained to this day. I'm still just blown away. This is so cool. I don't know if this is the original shelf, but there's some knickknacks here. People have put, there's probably a book you can sign right there. I think these may have been, I don't know what those are. Maybe just broken pieces from items that he used to have. Sour Patch Kids, you know, like they had back in the early 1900s. But yeah, let me give you a tour. So just to give you a reference, that's the window over there. Going left, And we have some rocks here. I'm sure he put stuff up here. You know, had a nice little table right there. Little nook right there. I'm not sure if that was where he slept or, you know, just where he put some things. Bunch of little shelves just made out of the rock. Then we have the front door there. And looks like he had, you know, a fire pit here just to warm up the place. And then obviously the windows. And then right outside of it, I'm not sure if this is where he maintained like a bigger fire, which kind of fed over here to this to heat his house. Also want to show you his view that he had. There's the front door. And not a bad view if you ask me. Wow. So Bob Stinson came back from World War I, and he had a fiance at the time. He found out that she was married to someone else. Imagine how devastating that would be. You know, Bob moved away, and eventually he was driving on this road outside that I was on, and apparently his vehicle broke down, and instead of being stranded, he actually went up this little mouth of the canyon here, and he just decided to live here. Just wanted that solitude, and I imagine that, you know, after his fiance married someone else, that's really what he was looking for ultimately, right? Also looks like there's a little something on the other side right there, a little cave there that has some wall built up. Not sure if that was his or more modern. Hi, I'm Bob. Welcome to my place. Not much out here, but we're living. Yeah, the reason Bob actually moved out of here is because that highway that I just drove on was eventually replaced by a paved road. But still, this place remains. Just sitting in this window, looking out. Imagine him just sipping some coffee, looking out, maybe seeing some animals out there. There's a bunch of birds flying around right now. So yeah, that's the story of Bob Stinson. Not a bad guy. Just wanted solitude, had some things happen in his life, ended up here, and here I am just enjoying it. Enjoying what he built 100 years later. I think there's still one thing left unexplored, and that's that little cave I saw across the way there. So I'll hike up to that and see if there's anything interesting. Let's check it out. This looks really modern. I'm sure Bob's been here, but this is that cave I was talking about. That's Bob's place right there. Yeah, this is definitely not. I mean, this is just people stacking rocks within the last 20 years, so. Not interested unless it's over 100 years or more, okay? Oh, I just feel so satisfied having it all to myself, making it an adventure, actually finding it, learning about the story of Bob, the nice hobbit. Hobbit? The nice hermit. The hobbit. Yeah, Bob the Hobbit. That'd be a really good story. All right, well, let's get back to my truck and we'll just head out of here. It's just so fun to find these little bits and pieces of what's around here and documenting them before they go away, you know? Getting steep here, boys. Whoa! Back in the wind. Bob, what are you doing to me? Woo! I really appreciate you guys watching if you're watching this. Super exciting for me. Fun to document. Fun to have a reason to get out here and do something like this. Really appreciate you guys watching. And hey, if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If not, that's fine. But either way, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one for sure.